First and foremost, thank everybody for allowing us to be a part of this, particularly you, Greg. This has been a, kind of a new time for everybody, and don't want to get too far into that. I do have a great person assisting me, and that is Brittany Mycor. So she's doing the technology piece for us. And just wanted to tell you a little bit about this place called Volunteers of America of Illinois. VOA is a faith-based nonprofit agency that's been around for about 125 years. Started out in New York. We are distant cousins of the Salvation Army. Mr. Booth, who was in England, sent his son Ballington over to New York to start an affiliate of the Salvation Army there. About 10 years in, the son decided to split ways with the dad and start his own agency called Volunteers of America. Started in, I think, January of 1896. And 6 months after that, Volunteers of America of Illinois was birthed. Started out working with men and women who were coming from prison and being incarcerated. Volunteers of America actually is one of the brainchild or brainchildren of soup kitchens. And so those kinds of things were instituted here in Chicago. And since that time, we have evolved into a gamut of services. We have a foster care program where we work with about 150 parents and children, as well as foster parents a year. We have housing for seniors, which is located here in the Chicago area, as well as in St. Louis, which is a part of our purview. They are connected with Volunteers of America of Illinois. And what we're going to be talking about today is our veteran services. We have a wide range of veteran services. And if you would be so kind to click on to that. First and foremost, we have this program called the True North Project. True North Project is a program that services veterans who are in need of anywhere from housing to employment to bridging some gaps with their rent, their utilities. There may be some instances where some individuals may need some help with vehicle repair. And so that program is a federally funded program. We work with about 400 to 500 veterans a year in that component. We are in the process of expanding that program. As early as next month, we will be locating and placing some veterans down in our location of Joliet. There you will see the director of the program, his picture, Cameron Kinch, and then there's Angelina Cofield. Their information is there as well if you need that. Brittany, if you could click on to the Home of the Brave section there, please. Thank you so much. Home of the Brave is a program that we instituted probably about 7 to 8 years ago. We figured that there were a lot of veterans and families who were in need of housing. We actually have 3 locations. This location that you see here is at 6002 South Halstead. There's over 200 veterans and their families who live there. We have a gamut of services that take place there for veterans as well. We have case management. We have a services coordinator that help veterans get involved in activities in community. Just recently, that coordinator took several of our veterans out on a hike for the first time since the COVID experience that we're all are involved with. We also had a community resource fair there. This location is in the Englewood community. We had a kind of a drive-by backpack giveaway and resource fair. We probably had about 150 to 200 people to come. It was social distance. We were very strict about that. But it was also a great opportunity for some of the veterans who live in the Hope Manor 2 complex to be a part of volunteering. And so we're all about community engagement. We're all about engaging and getting our veterans engaged in activities as well. Could you scroll to, if you don't mind, Hope Manor, Joliet? And Hope Manor Joliet is a similar property to Hope Manor 2, which you just saw, but we're servicing the community of Will County. There are 67 veterans, heads of household that are there. Of course, we have services just like we do have at Hope Manor 2 as well. Very, very active in the community. We have a lot of volunteers that come through. For example, there's a group that comes in that works with our female veterans as relates to domestic violence. There's a sorority that does that, and there are some certified counselors that are within that sorority that come out and give their time and volunteer for us. We have about maybe 30 children that live on that campus as well. There's always some major activities that are going on with them. Several of the students are participating in extracurricular activities. Our staff is very, very keen and very, very sharp with being sensitive to their needs. They will show up if they were involved in a play, or if they show up if they were involved in sports or athletics. They will show up if they're doing some type of community service activity. Our staff really tries to make sure that this is more than a home for them as well. The next project that we have coming up is called Hope Manor Village. And Hope Manor Village is a project where we're taking some of the properties in the Inglewood area, and we're making quality housing for veterans as well as non-veterans. It's one of the first times that we're having a venture like this. We want to make sure that we as an agency made impact on community. We oftentimes hear about how Inglewood is a tough place. How Inglewood is a place that's always trouble. But there are some folks that live there. They're about trying to make change, and so we partnered with them and are erecting this project. At this particular moment, it looks like we're going to be opening that up around October. There's several 3 flats that someone can apply for to live in those, and those projects will be subsidized as well. The one thing I can say about VOA that keeps me going is the fact that there are men and women who work there that genuinely care about the people we serve, in particular with the veterans community. And we really go all out to try to make sure that the needs are met. We also know that there are challenges that come along with that. We also know that we're not a perfect organization, but we also know that nothing keeps us from striving to do better. We are open and available at this particular moment. There's lots of openings at Hope Manor 1, Hope Manor 2, Hope Manor Joliet, as well as with this new project, as well. I don't have anything else. I just wanted to kind of give you just a brief overview of what we're doing and how we're doing. And if there's any way that we could be of service to any of the partners or potential partners on this call, we are open for it, because we know that it takes all of us to make things happen. And as I shared with some of our staff members a few days ago, when we are selfish, things get complicated. When we are selfless, things are simple. So I'll just end with that. Brittany, if you have anything you'd like to add, you're more than welcome to do so.
Nope, you did a good job, Carlton. You hit all the points.
Okay. I do have a question here, though. Someone asked about Hope Hall in Melrose Park, and I think I would love to talk about that a little bit. Hope Hall at Melrose Park is a site for 12 male and female veterans who live there. It is called a safe haven model program, where there are veterans who are still struggling with their addictions. They can still live there, without consequence. We also know that there's some strategies and some programs where we believe that, people need time, and we want to do our best to make sure that they get the time they need to make change. That's where some serious community as well as staff engagement has to be implemented, and we have to really be intentional about assisting. And that program is doing really well. We are, once veterans are leaving that program, they're moving into their own houses, moving into their own apartments, and becoming independent, but still working on their recovery. Any other questions?
Does anyone have any questions for Mr. Evans before we move on? Awesome, Carlton, Brittany, thank you so much for taking
Thank you
time out of
so
your
much.
day.
Thank you so much. Really appreciate it, man. Anything we can do, let us know.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much, Greg. We'll put our contact information in the chat right now for you.
Thank you very much. Appreciate that. If I'm going to be sharing on Facebook all the contact info for all exhibitors that were part of this, and doing a little something special after this as well. I think it merits it. You guys really very patient. We're over an hour past schedule, but either way, there's a lot of information to be shared here, and thank you all for doing this. But so
hey,
we're
Greg, it's Joe. I just asked them to consider collaborating with Sons of the American Legion units all through Illinois. These young kids, a lot of them are Eagle Scouts or soon to be Eagle Scouts looking for projects. And my post, we've made it very clear to our community, if there's an Eagle Scout that needs a grant, we will give them a grant. We will find the money to do it. Why? Because it's that important to volunteer in the community. So again, I feel sometimes like I'm the American Legion pom-pom leader here, but oh well, it is what it is. And so I'd ask you to think about it. Thanks for a great presentation.
Thank you. Really appreciate it.